Hi, my name is Ferass. I'm the head of retail for My Vapery. Today we're going to talk about tips and tricks to help you to quit smoking and switch over to vaping, which is a healthier alternative. I'd like to start with a little bit of my journey, to be honest. I was a 2-pack-a-day smoker at one point. I started to find major health issues. My exercise was affected. I couldn't run for long distances. Walking upstairs, I was becoming out of breath. I went to the doctor. The doctor was hearing rattling in my lungs. Every day I was coughing up black stuff in the morning. And he told me, he said, Ferass, if you don't quit smoking cigarettes, you are going to have major consequences from this. So this is when I started looking for alternatives. I tried the nicotine gum. I tried quitting cold turkey. None of these worked for me. Then I was introduced to vaping. And this was in the old days of vaping in 2014. So you had the smaller devices, these sort of things that really weren't giving the satisfaction like you do with the products that we carry today. So it made it, today, it makes it a much easier transition for people to quit smoking cigarettes. Whereas 10 years ago, when the vaping industry was still very new, it was actually a very difficult journey for me. Now, Public Healthcare, the UK, has announced that it is 95% safer. Now, this is specifically true for tested and genuine products that go through the rigorous testing that all of our products receive from the UAE government and in their home countries where they're doing these things. So it's very important to note is get quality vaping products because they are 95% safer. Now, the reason for that, you're not getting the tar. You're not getting all the 180 plus chemicals that are in the tobacco from traditional cigarettes. You're only inhaling PG, which is used in asthma inhalers, and it's the carrying agent for asthma medicine. And in the vaping sort of industry, it's the carrying agent for the flavors and nicotine. The other ingredient is vegetable glycerin. This comes from palm trees or rapeseed oil. This, again, your body can absorb it naturally because it comes from a plant. So it doesn't stay in your lungs like tar and the nicotine and the other substances which are contained in traditional tobacco products. The third ingredient is the flavorings. Now, this is why it's important, is to have high-quality flavorings that are considered safe for human consumption. The last ingredient is the nicotine, which is contained in both traditional tobacco products and in vape juice. The nicotine used is pharmaceutical grade, so it's safe for human consumption. A little known fact is that nicotine is actually a nootropic, so it helps people's brains function a little faster. This is in small doses. So when you come to traditional tobacco, like cigarettes, midwak, these kind of tobacco products, you're getting almost triple the amount of nicotine that is contained in vape juice. In the old days of vaping, which I mentioned before, the quality wasn't quite as good, the technology wasn't there. Now we have certain things like disposables, which makes it very convenient for the user. It feels like a cigarette, it has the same sort of draw, you use it, you dispose of it. This is one of the easiest ways to start your journey with quitting. What we recommend, and what most governments around the world recommend, is 20 milligrams is the maximum nicotine that you should be consuming. Anything more than that can become harmful to your health, and it will make you more addicted, in fact, as well. What I recommend is to use a 20 mg disposable, because that is the easiest transition that you'll find from traditional cigarettes, for example. It feels like a cigarette. It has a similar nicotine strength, but not quite as high of a dose. And you're not getting all the other harmful chemicals that are included in the cigarettes. You still may have the urge to smoke your cigarettes. That's okay. Don't worry, it's fine. Have your cigarettes, but then go back to using your vape as much as possible. Little by little, your body will start to get used to the reduced amount of nicotine, and you'll start to find yourself seeing that the taste of cigarettes, the feeling that you're getting from cigarettes is either too intense and the taste is too bad for you. Now, once you get comfortable and you finally find yourself away from cigarettes completely, it usually takes about a month. Don't worry if it takes you a little bit longer. For someone like myself, it took me 3 months, to be honest. But again, now the technology is a lot better with the products that we have today. Now, once you're comfortable, and you're completely off of cigarettes for about a month, if you desire to now start reducing your nicotine, this is where now the nicotine salt, which is 20 mg, you can start moving to free-base nicotine, which comes in lower doses. And this is where then you'll switch over to a device, which you can use still with the salt nicotine and with the freebase. Now, what I recommend is to get 2 pods, for example, on the pod systems. This way, you can fill one with the 20 mg and then one with a 6 mg or a 3 mg, for example. When you're really having the craving of the nicotine, you'll use your 20 mg. Then switch to the 6 mg. And again, same thing that you did with the cigarettes, start trying to reduce the amount of 20 mg that you're using, so you transition little by little and get your body used to going down to 6 mg. Once you're comfortable with the 6 mg, this is the time then to now start trying the 3 mg. Same situation. Use the 6 when you really, really crave it, but then go back to the 3 for the rest of the times. Eventually, we do offer also 0 mg nicotine products. You can then switch to the 0 mg nicotine products. And again, still have your 3 mg, for example. Use it for times when you're really feeling the craving and then switch back to the 0 mg. Let your body get used to the transition. Once you're at the 0 mg, then it's up to you, of course, to completely quit and stop. Now that you have the tips and tricks to quitting, My Vapery wishes you the greatest success and a healthier journey to a smoke-free life.